Hi, Stacy.
Morning, Tim.
How are you?
I'm doing great today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's kind of a drizzly day today.
We need those.
Yeah, sometimes you need that to, yeah.
Get stuff done.
Yep. Well, today we have Boston Jacobs.
Yes.
I said it right. I want to make sure that I'm saying your name right. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Grew up in Pekin, Illinois. I went to go to school at Coe College, so I now live in Cedar Rapids. Personal trainer, coach, artist. I dive into a lot of things.
I've seen some of your work. You do artwork on tennis shoes, right?
I do. It started off as just something small and ended up taking off, and now I'm so backed up I don't even know what to do.
It's pretty amazing. You haven't seen this.
I have not. We're going to have to understand this concept.
Really cool, not portraits. Well, some portraits, some.
I've done some portraits. It's just whatever people want. They kind of tell me the design they want, and I paint it on some shoes for them.
Any type of shoe? Canvases?
Mostly canvas shoe,
Okay.
like PF Flyer, Converse, Vans.
Okay.
In the lifting world, Converse and PF Flyers. I've done some leather ones, but yeah, they just send me what they want, and I paint it on there. And
I saw one with you did of Rio. That looked really cool.
Yes, that was. They haven't been sent to her, but she did. She just won a gold medal over in Rio. So
wow.
Yeah.
And you are painting for her.
I got to paint her a pair of shoes. So
wow,
yeah.
what a blessing!
So how often do you paint a pair of shoes?
It's constant. I'm trying with my busy schedule. I try not to do deadlines, but some people want them before competition and before this. So scrambling around. I've got probably 50 some orders to do right now. Sometimes it takes me 16 hours to get a pair of shoes done.
Wow.
And they send you the shoes?
Yes. I always have people send them to me. That way there's no screw up with sizes or anything after I've already got all the artwork on there.
So what if you do something wrong and you need to start again?
You just can't do anything wrong.
You just can't do anything
that's
wrong.
what makes it difficult.
Wow.
You can't screw up. So it takes time.
That's what cover-up's for.
Yeah.
White out.
I wish.
So where can somebody see your artwork and your shoe work?
My Facebook page. I post everything up on my Facebook and Instagram page. I do time-lapse videos sometimes of the shoes. I'll post those up just to kind of show people how the work's done.
What's it called? What's the Facebook page called?
Boston Jacobs. Is
Okay.
that my name?
I didn't know if there was a name for your shoe painting or not.
Wow.
That's
So
cool.
you do weightlifting? No.
Yeah, we call it strongman.
Strongman.
Yep,
Okay.
it's a different part of.
I find out Michelle in our office owns Winks Iron Lot,
Okay.
and I'm finding there's so many different aspects of what I consider weightlifting. You just. I had somebody ask me the other day if I lift weights, and I kind of laughed. And but he had this apparatus on the back of his trailer, and I'm like, "Do you mind telling me what that is?" And he said it was part of his strongman training setup. It was pretty cool. But tell us about that and what you do.
So I train at the Anvil Gym. Started there a couple years ago. The owner, his name's Ken McClelland, trained strongman, and I came in just looking for a different gym while I was going to school. I saw him training for strongman and said I wanted to compete in something again. So started off that way, and our strongman team has grown quite a bit. I would say our gym is becoming pretty recognized for strongman. We have I'd say we're probably one of the best equipped gyms, if not the best, for strongman in the Midwest. So it definitely helps.
Tell us what strongman is.
Okay,
Some of us don't know.
Strongman's like most people think about like World's Strongest Man, where they lift the stones or pull the trucks or all of the odd crazy stuff,
Okay.
that's what we do.
So
Taking huge tractor tires and flipping
Yes,
them.
yes, stuff like that.
okay. So there's just competitions all over the U.S. or the
Yep,
world.
they have them all over the U.S., all over the world. Usually, we find one. The events change, rules change for every competition. We find it months ahead of time, train for it, and then we go compete.
Okay.
Joe, one of my writers here at Peoria Life, I saw pictures of him a year or so ago where they had to pick up 2 refrigerators and carry them so far.
Down on the Muscle on Main.
Yes.
Yes, I've actually competed at that one twice and ended up doing the same thing. But
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen kids get into it. I saw where 3 kids were flipping tires and doing competition. You work with kids?
I do. I started the strength and conditioning program this year. This summer was my first time doing it. For a lot of the younger kids, strongman movements are the most functional. So, say picking up a medicine ball and setting it up on a platform, or flipping tires, or just pulling something. They're not lifting weights, but they're doing some sort of movement that they pretty much do in their everyday lives. That's fully functional.
Some kids aren't into sports. Some kids would get into this competition where they would compete with each other and get excited about doing that.
That sounds way more fun than sports to me.
It does to me too.
I have no athletic ability whatsoever.
So
it's strength, right? That's strength and technique.
yes. There's a lot of strength involved, and then technique. A lot of the form and stuff, and using the proper equipment definitely helps.
Okay. You also, is it a blog that you do? A Drive in Darkness?
Yes. The Drive in Darkness was the first blog post that I had on my blog, and it kind of represents everything that I do. So that image I use quite a bit.
Yeah.
In the title.
And so tell us what started that.
I had, so a couple years back, I went to college to wrestle. I was told I wouldn't be able to wrestle anymore because I have a neck injury that I was born with, and so I had to stop. I was pretty depressed, and at the same time I was going through relationship troubles. I just backed myself into a hole, and I finally hit rock bottom. I had an attempted suicide, and then from that, for a little while I felt like I didn't have anything, and then I had to dive into other certain areas to kind of find an escape or a way to pull myself out, and that's how I got into the the strongman, the artwork, trying to turn it around and make a dark situation a light situation. Not a lot of people like to talk about it, and even me at first, I felt the judgment all around by the actions that I did. But as I started, climbing this ladder and people seeing the artwork and like, oh, that's amazing, or seeing how I've done in strongman, is like, I can show people that just because you feel like you're at the bottom doesn't mean you have to stop or quit. I mean, there's always a way out. You can turn around.
MASH has the theme song for MASH is "Suicide is Painless," and I always hated that because there's so much pain involved with suicide, and it's not just the person that goes through it, but it's the families also. And I think of suicide and all of the devastation. I have somebody I was childhood friends with committed suicide, and I was like devastated. It's like I wish I would have known. When you're going through something like that, it's deep, right?
Very deep. I still hear about people from back home, and it's like kind of take it upon myself. I'm like, oh man, I just feel like I could have done more. I feel like I could have done more, and just hear about these people that I know, or people that I grew up with. It's like I just felt like I was so close but you can't do anything.
So you've had a chance to talk with people about your situation, and has it helped with other people?
Yes, I actually, as soon as I posted that, it spread pretty quickly, and I had people contacting me that I didn't even know from as far as California all the way to Boston, just to talk to me. It was kind of opened my eyes. It's like that's what got it started. It's like I can help people with my story. So then from that, I ended up speaking at Broadmoor Junior High over in Pekin. Edison had contacted me about speaking over there. I've had some other people in the Cedar Rapids area ask me, and then I will be at the Pekin Library next month.
Okay, so you're going to speak at Pekin Library about this topic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They're doing it for Suicide Prevention Week. I got asked by a girl I went to high school with to come over and speak.
So when you go there, what are you saying to these kids? What are you telling them?
I tell them the exact story, tell them what I went through. I don't think there's any reason to sugarcoat such a situation. But then, when I was at Broadmoor, I showed a video of just kind of the stuff that I do, the strongman stuff, the artwork, where kids are like, oh, that's so cool. And, try to bring some light into the situation and talk to them about how precious just a life is, how I've been there. I'm a person. It's like I'm a person they can relate to. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not anybody who's way up here that's like, oh yeah, you hear celebrities talk. And I'm somebody who went to those schools over there in Pekin. I grew up with those teachers. I know some of the kids, so I think it's easier to relate to.
So for somebody going through that, they're in a dark place, what kind of suggestions might you have?
So I always talk about goals. I usually try to have people write down their goals, and then most of the time you feel like you're backed into a hole because you got nowhere to go. You're lost. You have the goals, and then after the goals, you look at your resources. So you go short-term, long-term goals. You get your goals, and then what resources do you have to attain those goals? Like, say your goals, you want to do weightlifting. Well, who do you know that weightlifts? And what gyms do you have around you? What knowledge could you find towards weightlifting? And then after that, it's like, why aren't you doing it? What's stopping you? Because they lay all this out, find out that they have all these resources, just like I had, and then it's like, I just wasn't doing it because I was feeling sorry for myself. So.
That's probably the hardest part to get past, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feeling sorry for yourself.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and sometimes when you feel alone, that feels like all you can do. But definitely the resources, the people that I was around was incredible. That's what helped bring me out.
Wow.
So people, yeah, but then too, when you're in that depression mode, and the poor me, how do you think about goals?
It's difficult, and it's one of those things where it's like you can't really sugarcoat it. It's like you don't have anything, or at least you feel like you don't have anything. Right. So you've got to do something, because life's not going to stop. No. And that's what I tell people is you can sit back and keep digging yourself deeper into this hole, but life's not going to stop throwing stuff at you. So you always must be in control of your life. Like, you always have that control. You're not happy with the job and you're sick of it, depressed, go find another job. Mm-hmm. Like, people just have a hard time taking that step, like you said, when they feel sorry for themselves. But it's something that you have to realize, if you don't stop feeling sorry for yourself, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
So what was one of your first goals?
The artwork came first. I went to get my second tattoo, and it was strong mind, strong body. I took that. I went to a wrestling school over here in Morton. TJ Williams runs, and he always preached that strong mind, strong body. So it was just supposed to be 4 letters on the inside of my bicep, and it ended up turning into all of this. My tattoo artist and I, James Dimmick, he and I became good friends after going in there. And so I would hang out with him, listen to music. He'd show me little things about artwork. I've always kind of doodled. My dad is a pretty good artist, but I never took it anywhere. And then once I started to use it as an escape, I started talking to him, started drawing, got into the tattoo world. I actually worked at a shop for a short time, and then that's how I ended up rolling into the shoes.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So you've gone through this. You're going to be speaking at the library. You're also going to be at Wink's Gym in Marquette Heights?
Yes, September 10th.
September 10th. And what's that?
We're doing a seminar just on the basic 3 lifts, bench, squat, and deadlift,
Okay.
which is what we base most of our training on. And then we will also be showing 2 strongman events, the log press and the farmer's carry, just because that's what we're kind of known for, is the strongman. So we're just giving some people a little taste of it.
So if somebody has never done strongman, and maybe they have a little bit of strength, what's your suggestion to them?
This is for anybody.
Okay.
We're bringing anybody in here. We've got, we picked 2 events that anybody can do, that are not necessarily heavy, but we show people how to use the implement. Like the log it looks like a log. It's got handles. It's something different that people haven't done before, and they get to kind of touch on it.
I was watching a girl lift a full keg and has to put it up on this wall, and wow, just trying to pick that thing up. I don't know that I can do it. She was
You can't
probably
with
a
that
teenager.
attitude, Tim.
Oh
You certainly can't.
She beat me, no problem, not a problem. But no, it's all good. So, if somebody was interested in finding more about you, where would they go?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook, I usually connect my blog to if I post anything, or Instagram. I usually am all over that.
Are you interested in speaking more on suicide issues, or?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's another thing that people can get in touch with you with.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, thanks so much for your time. We're here with Boston Jacobs, and we've been talking about Driving the Darkness and Strongman.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
For all the clear.